guys, Shirin Askari here. So today I'm going to show you how to make a simple throw pillow. Now I decided to use contrast fabric on the back of these pillows. Now you don't have to do that. You can use the same fabric on the front and the back. I also showed you how to do it with an invisible zipper. The nice thing about the zipper is you can unzip it, throw it in the washing machine. Call me crazy, but I like to be able to wash my pillows. Now if you don't want to try the zipper today, no big deal. Just go ahead and hand stitch that opening when you're done putting your insert in. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do when making your pillows, you're going to pick out your fabric. Now, I decided to use a contrast fabric on the back of these pillows just so that I could get more pillows out of the fabric pieces that I had. You can do the same fabric on both sides, totally up to you. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is cut your pillow pieces out. Now, I like to cut them about 1 inch or 2 smaller than the pillow insert that I'm going to be using. And the reason why that is if you put a slightly bigger pillow insert into your pillow, then it will make for a much fluffier pillow. And what can I say? I like myself a fluffy pillow. Also, the fabric that I ended up using for the front is a vintage textile that was kind of pieced together. So what I ended up doing was ironing on it, fusing onto the back of it so that it would add a lot more strength and stability. So this is good if you're using a fabric that's slightly thinner and you just want to make sure that it's going to last a long time. You're going to want to iron your zipper open. Now what that basically means is you're going to turn your zipper around and you're going to iron the teeth so that they lay flat and not curled up into the zipper. The reason why you want to do this is because the main problem people have when they sew an invisible zipper in is that the teeth get stuck when you want to zip it up or down. This will help you so much even if you don't have an invisible zipper foot that you're sewing with, or you just have a regular sewing foot. You definitely want to make sure to do this step. You're going to want to iron it open so it lays flat and your stitch has a much harder time getting stuck in the teeth. Now, I like to lay the front and the back face to face as if my pillow was inside out, and I take my zipper and I zip it up just a little bit so that I can see the way that it's going to look when it's sewn in. This will help you not put your zipper in inside out because you don't want to do that. You're going to have to rip it all out and start all over. So go ahead and zip it up a little bit and lay it on there so that you can tell which way to do it. Afterwards, you're going to lay your zipper down and go ahead and start pinning it all the way up and down one side. I like to lay my pins perpendicular to the edge of the fabric. The reason why I do this is so that I could go ahead and sew a straight line while going over the pins so that I can make sure that I don't, number one, catch the teeth and my zipper stays in place, and number two, that I make sure I sew a straight line. Now, I don't normally have to do this anymore because I've been sewing for a very long time now, but if you're a beginner sewer or if this is one of your first zippers that you're putting in anything, definitely make sure to do this step. Put your pins in perpendicular, sew on top of them, and then take them out when you're done. So the next thing you're going to want to do is sew the zipper from the top to the bottom. Make sure you do a back stitch on the top so your zipper doesn't start coming out, and then go as far down as you possibly can before hitting the head of the zipper. Next, you're going to flip the pillow around and do the same thing on the other side. Do a back stitch and sew all the way to the top and do another back stitch. After you close your zipper like 4 or 5 inches, you're going to notice that you have about 2 or 3 inches on the bottom of that zipper that is not attached to your pillow. And the reason is because you couldn't sew too close when you had the head of the zipper at the bottom. So all you're going to do is zip up that pillow 4 or 5 inches, you're going to lay your zipper down on your pillow, and you're going to sew from the bottom up and make sure you back stitch. This will just attach your zipper to your pillow on the very bottom. Okay, the next thing you want to do is zip the zipper closed about 2 to 3 inches. Now the reason why we're doing this is that we can make sure that the head stays on the right side of the pillow and not get stuck on the inside of the pillow. Afterwards, you're going to close the pillow as if it was inside out again. You're going to start from that bottom corner where the zipper is, and you're going to sew up, back stitch, make sure you back stitch. You're going to sew up till about 1.5 inches to 2 inches past where the zipper is. Now you might need to move the needle on your sewing machine all the way towards the zipper so that you can make sure to get as close to that zipper stitch as you possibly can. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing on the top end of the zipper. You're going to close the pillow up, start from the corner, and sew down about 2 to 3 inches until you cover up where those teeth started. Next thing you're gonna do is close your pillow back up and do the easy part and sew all the way around the remaining 3 sides of the pillow. Make sure you back stitch so that your stitch doesn't come out, and sew all the way around until you get to the corners where the zipper starts. Next thing you want to do is something that I've always done with every corner I've ever sewn in a pillow or a garment, no matter what it is. You're going to make sure you cut off that excess fabric at an angle so that when you turn this pillow inside out, that corner is not a rounded edge but more of a really sharp corner. Do not cut at an angle too close to that stitch, because if you get too close to it, it's going to start fraying and then you're going to end up with a hole in the corner of your pillow, and you don't want that. Okay, so afterwards you're just going to turn your pillow inside out and you're going to use your scissors or something with a sharp edge, making sure not to push too hard because you don't want to poke a hole in your pillow. And all you're going to do is go to each corner and you're going to gently push them out really, really slowly. Do not push too hard on this part or you will puncture a hole in your pillow, and I do not want you to do that. So if you're not comfortable doing this, just grab a little pin and just try to pull out that corner with a pin on the other side, but I like to just stick my scissors in there and poke out the corners so that it's nice and crisp. Take your iron and iron your seams open first before ironing your pillow flat. This will help pull out all of those seams so that your pillow is nice and square when you want to put your insert in. Last step, and probably the most fun, open up your zipper and stuff your pillow insert in. Just like that, you have a brand new pillow.
Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to put them in the comments and I will get to them as soon as possible. Otherwise, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon. Bye!